Welcome to another great episode of American Rifleman Television. There are more carry permits out there today than ever before in our history, and plenty of states, of course, have constitutional carry. How are you going to keep that gun secure on your person? Well, the folks at CrossBreed have some ideas for you, and we're heading there this week in our feature story. For this week's Rifleman Review, it's not a gun, it's a line of ammunition from Hornady, created specifically to be used with suppressed firearms. For this week's Eye of the Soul gun, we'll show you the most commonly used cavalry arm of the American Civil War, at least by federal troops, and that was the Sharp's carbine. But for now, let's head to CrossBreed Holsters.
CrossBreed, as far as its founding, was started by my late husband, Mark Craighead. And 2005 is when we actually started the company. It was founded basically on a desire to find a holster for him that fit him and that was comfortable. The very first holster they made was a very, very similar rendition of the current Super Tech. The hybrid concept of the holster really worked well. He found out very quickly because an all plastic holster, as many people know, really it's hard, and it's hard to wear for extended period of times. The leather holster, the all leather holster tended to collapse and did not hold its retention. So what he wanted is something that was comfortable, but also gave you the ability to draw, to redraw, to reholster. And that's kind of how he came up with this design. The leather backer gave the comfort and protected your skin from the firearm itself. The Kydex scabbard gave you the structure and the ability to holster and reholster safely and comfortably.
Hornady quietly launched its subsonic line, as well as the Sub-X bullet that the line uses, back in 2018 with a single 190 grain 300 blackout bullet. And so far, so normal, because 300 blackout is one of the main loads that people think of when they think about subsonic ammunition. But here's where things get a little surprising, because the company then followed up in 2020 by extending the line with 3 new loads in a trio of chamberings not really usually associated with subsonic use: the 30-30 Winchester, the 450 Bushmaster, and the 45-70 Government.
The first U.S. military use of the Sharps came with 200 guns issued out in 1854. These were issued to the 1st Dragoons for use in the American West against the native peoples there. And the military thought, you know what, these guns are pretty good. The problem is that they didn't need that many. So the next significant use, and it's not military at all, comes during Bleeding Kansas, during the fight between the abolitionists and the would-be slave owners in Kansas, culminating in the massacre in Lawrenceville, Kansas.